Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, I used to be stronger? Maybe you've noticed that your muscles aren't as firm or powerful as they once were. Perhaps you're eating well, trying to stay active, or even taking supplements, but still feel that your muscles seem soft, weaker, or slower to recover. And as the years go by, it feels increasingly difficult to hold on to the strength you once took for granted. The truth is, your muscles haven't given up on you. They're simply waiting for the right signal to come through. What if I told you that the very first hour after you wake up each morning could determine whether your body rebuilds muscle or continues to lose it? And no, this isn't about lifting weights or hitting the gym first thing. It's about what happens inside your body, metabolically, hormonally, and hormonally. Even before you eat your first bite of food, most people start their mornings in ways that actually hinder muscle growth. They spike cortisol, raise insulin unnecessarily, and keep their bodies stuck in a slow, catabolic state. That's the condition where your body is breaking down muscle tissue instead of building it. So even if you later eat protein, your muscles might not respond as well. If you've been losing strength with age or just can't seem to regain it, it's likely not a protein deficiency. Instead, it's a timing issue, how your hormones, liver, and metabolic signals are working together in those critical first moments after waking. The good news is that the fix is surprisingly simple. Today, I want to show you exactly how to start your morning so your body turns on the anabolic switch, the switch that triggers muscle growth, fat burning, and hormonal harmony. We'll explore how your cortisol and other hormones influence muscle breakdown, why your liver plays a key role, and how to use natural signals to promote muscle building without necessarily increasing your protein intake. Plus, I'll share a daily morning ritual designed to optimize testosterone, growth hormone, and mitochondrial energy, which are vital for maintaining strength as we age. Let's begin by understanding the role of cortisol and muscle breakdown. Many people think of cortisol as simply a stress hormone, and that's partly true. But it's also a circadian hormone, meaning it follows a natural daily rhythm. It rises in the morning to help you wake up, mobilize energy, and get ready for the day. This rise is called the cortisol awakening response. The tricky part is if cortisol spikes too quickly or stays elevated for too long, it can actually lead to muscle breakdown. When cortisol is too high, it signals your body to start converting amino acids from muscle into glucose to keep your blood sugar stable, basically. Your body begins eating its own muscle. Think of cortisol like a match. If you light it carefully, it provides a controlled burn fuel for energy, focus, and productivity. But if you throw gasoline on the fire, it can quickly turn into a destructive blaze, causing inflammation, insulin resistance, and muscle loss. Managing this surge properly is key. When cortisol rises gradually and stays within its normal rhythm, it can actually support fat burning and muscle preservation. But an abrupt or exaggerated spike can do the opposite. Now, what influences this cortisol pattern? Your morning habits. If you wake up and immediately reach for your phone, check emails, scroll through social media, or consume a sugary breakfast, you're flooding your system with stress and stimulation. This amplifies the cortisol spike beyond what's healthy, which can sabotage your efforts to maintain muscle. Instead, try to manage this first hour with gentle, intentional habits. One simple step is to expose your eyes to natural sunlight within the first 20 minutes of waking. This helps regulate your cortisol rhythm and signals your brain that it's time to activate your metabolism in a stable, balanced way. Avoid high-sugar foods or processed carbs for your first meal. That quick surge of insulin can crash your cortisol levels later in the morning, leading to fatigue and muscle breakdown. Instead, hydrate first thing with water infused with lemon or apple cider vinegar. These support your liver detoxification and bile flow, which are essential for maintaining blood sugar stability and muscle health. Another effective strategy is to ease into your morning with movement, nothing intense. Just a 5-minute walk outside or some gentle stretching. This activates your body's natural mechanisms for glucose regulation, keeps cortisol in a healthy zone, and prevents muscle wasting pathways from turning on. Remember, your liver is the first domino in this whole process. It's like a power generator. When it's functioning well, your body has a steady supply of energy. But if it's overwhelmed by high insulin levels from late-night eating, processed foods, or alcohol, it can't do its job properly. This leads to dips in blood sugar during the early morning hours, which triggers a stress response. Your body starts breaking down muscle to generate glucose for the brain. So, what's the solution? Focus on giving your liver a chance to reset overnight. Stop eating at least 3 to 4 hours before bedtime. This allows your liver to clear out insulin and reset glycogen stores. Avoid heavy, high-carb dinners in the evening as they spike insulin and delay fat burning and muscle repair overnight. When you wake up, hydrate first with lemon water or apple cider vinegar, and try to delay your first meal by 90 to 120 minutes. When you do eat, choose a high-protein, healthy fat meal rather than carbs. This helps keep blood sugar stable, supports muscle synthesis, and prevents insulin spikes that can block muscle growth. Now, let's talk about cortisol's role. It's not all bad. Cortisol is meant to rise in the morning to help you wake up and mobilize energy. The problem arises when it spikes too fast or stays high too long. That's when it becomes a problem, leading to muscle breakdown and fat gain. The key is to manage that surge. Start your day gently. Avoid caffeine or mental overload in the first hour. Instead, begin with natural light, slow movement, and hydration. Delay caffeine for at least an hour so you don't amplify the cortisol spike. Expose your eyes to sunlight within 20 minutes of waking to help synchronize your internal clock. Adding some light movement like a few bodyweight squats, calf raises, or a short walk activates your neuromuscular pathways and sends a signal to your muscles that growth is on its way. Deep breathing exercises can also help balance cortisol levels, reducing stress and supporting the hormones that preserve muscle mass. Spend a minute or two in quiet reflection or intention setting, focusing on how you want to feel during the
day.
This mental stillness reduces mental stress, which in turn lowers inflammation and supports muscle-building pathways. Now, many people make a critical mistake, especially after age 50, by eating too early in the morning, often with high carbohydrate foods. This causes a double hormonal spike, cortisol and insulin, which signals your body to store fat, suppresses muscle-building hormones like growth hormone and testosterone, and hampers your ability to develop strength. As we age, we naturally become more insulin resistant, meaning our cells don't respond to insulin as well. Higher insulin levels promote fat storage and inhibit muscle growth. So, waking up and immediately consuming a carbohydrate-rich breakfast is counterproductive. Instead, delay your first meal by 90 to 120 minutes. During this fasting window, your body naturally rides the cortisol wave, activating fat burning and preserving muscle. When you do eat, prioritize protein and healthy fats. These maintain insulin sensitivity and create an environment that favors muscle synthesis. Avoid sugary foods or processed snacks, even if they seem healthy. Fruit smoothies, oatmeal with honey, or protein bars with added sugar, they all cause rapid insulin spikes. To help control this, consider adding a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar 10 to 15 minutes before your first meal, which can lower blood sugar spikes and improve insulin sensitivity. Caffeine can be a helpful tool if used wisely. Drinking black coffee after an hour or so of waking can extend your fasting window and support insulin sensitivity. But don't rush to have it immediately upon waking. Let your body wake up naturally first. Here's the big takeaway. The very first thing you put into your body each morning sets the tone for the day. It can prime your metabolism for muscle growth or sabotage it entirely. Instead of rushing into food, news, or stimulation, take a few quiet, intentional minutes to let your body transition from a catabolic breakdown state to an anabolic building state. Now, let's look at how to make this practical and easy to stick with. I recommend a simple 5-minute morning routine designed specifically for seniors who want to maintain or rebuild muscle strength. First, hydrate with a glass of warm water with a pinch of sea salt or Himalayan pink salt. Optional, add a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar or lemon juice. This supports your liver, stabilizes blood sugar, and hydrates your muscles. Next, Get outside or sit by a window to expose your eyes and skin to natural sunlight. Even just a few minutes of morning sun boost dopamine, lower excess cortisol, and help reset your circadian rhythm. This improves hormone balance and nutrient partitioning. More nutrients go toward muscle, fewer toward fat. Third, activate your muscles gently with light movement. Think of it as signaling your body that growth is coming. Do 10 to 15 bodyweight squats, wall push-ups, or a short walk. Gentle stretching or calf raises work well too. This activates your neuromuscular system and stimulates pathways that promote muscle growth. Fourth, practice deep diaphragmatic breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Exhale for 6. This helps stabilize cortisol, reduce stress, and support growth, hormone, and testosterone levels. Finally, spend a minute in quiet reflection, or set an intention for the day. Focus on feeling strong, calm, and focused. This mental stillness reduces stress and inflammation, promoting muscle preservation. You don't have to stop here. Extend this routine into a longer walk, some light resistance exercises, or a more thorough meditation. Even just 5 focused minutes every morning can make a huge difference. It's about signaling to your body that it's safe to build muscle, not break it down. Remember, if you've been feeling weaker, struggling to regain strength, or noticing muscle loss, it's not just about getting older. It's about how your body is responding at a hormonal, neurological, and metabolic level. When you understand these mechanisms, you can take control. To recap, your liver is the first domino. If it's overwhelmed by late-night eating, alcohol, or poor detox, your morning metabolism shifts into breakdown mode. Cortisol isn't inherently bad, it's meant to help you wake up, but if it spikes too quickly or stays high, it can cause muscle loss. Eating too early, especially high-carb breakfast foods, blocks your natural anabolic signals. You don't need fancy supplements, just a few simple signals: movement, hydration, light, and timing. The key is consistency. Starting tomorrow, try one change: delay your breakfast, get some sunlight, do a few gentle movements, hydrate with salt water, or practice breathing exercises. Observe how your body responds over the next few days. You might notice increased energy, better strength, improved digestion, or a more positive mood. Because the truth is, your muscles aren't gone, they're just waiting for the right signals to come back online. If this message resonates with you, give it a like and consider subscribing. I post daily insights to help you naturally optimize your metabolism, rebuild strength, and age powerfully. You now hold the blueprint. Start your day differently and watch your body come back stronger than ever.